All right, welcome back. Our final segment with Morris Beegle. He's in town. He's going to be with the Southern Hemp Expo. He's out of Colorado, and he knows an awful lot about hemp, medical, CBD, all the applications of it, clothing, protein powder, food supplements.
Building materials.
Building materials. So we've got some more calls for you. Let's go next to, I believe we've got Jackie. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
Hi, what can we do for you?
I have a question. I take the CBD oil, 250 milligrams, the full spectrum, and on the directions it says 1 to 2 drops as needed daily, but I've heard several other people say that 1 to 2 drops maybe don't work effectively for them.
Are you saying, so you have an eyedropper, right? And so it's saying 1 to 2 teardrops underneath your tongue as opposed to 1 to 2 full eyedroppers full, right? Are you just saying, well, what do you do?
1 to 2 drops.
So just drops, not the whole eyedropper full, just 1 to, okay.
No, just the drops.
Have you found that you haven't really felt a difference at this point?
No, I haven't. I have fibromyalgia along with some other things. So is it a trial and error thing?
That's a great question. Great question. And most doctors at this point, and some of them are a little more getting into this, can't really help you on this. I don't know. I think, based on my experimentation with this, she's not taking enough. She has a bottle of 250 milligrams, and she's just putting 2 little drops underneath her tongue. Again, not a doctor, but doctors aren't going to know it any better than me. That's not a lot, because you can buy bottles of it that have 1,000 milligrams instead of 250, and they're the ones that say you should put 5 droplets underneath your tongue. That's what I've used, but that's 1,000 milligrams in a jar. Trial and error for her?
It is trial and error. The dosage thing is definitely, it's really a personal thing, and it is trial and error.
Okay.
For me, like we were talking off air, I'll take anywhere from 100 to 200 milligrams a day. I'll take some in the morning, take a squirt in the afternoon.
Okay, but see, what's deceptive, what is confusing here is when you say that many milligrams, you take 100 milligrams a day, the whole. Okay, so like she has a bottle, and that bottle says 250 milligrams. So what that means is in that bottle is 250 milligrams of CBD oil. So if she were to take the whole dang bottle and pitch it back, she's ingesting 250 milligrams. If she's just doing 2 drops of it, she's probably getting 5 milligrams per drop, if that.
Probably less than that would be my guess.
And so you're saying you'll take how many milligrams?
Probably 100 to 200 a day.
Yep.
But I've got access to it, so from a cost perspective, I don't have to pay as much as a lot of people. Being in the industry that I am and having the relationships I do, so it's a bit unique for me and people that are actually in the industry who've got access to it all the time. But as a consumer, you know, you're looking 10, 20, 25 milligrams a dose, I would say, is where people start. And if they're getting relief, great. And if they're not, then you can bump it up to 30, 40, 50 milligrams and see where that level is, where you start to feel that relief. You're not gonna OD on CBD oil. That's
why I just wanted to be clear, because some people are gonna say, well, that's crazy, this is a medicine, and they don't know a dosage. I mean, the truth is, and true or false, CBD oil, addicting? No. False. Okay. False. CBD oil, toxic in any way? False. Okay. CBD oil, can you overdose on it? No. No. Not that we know of. So what I'm saying for her is, and if you're on other meds, you should always mention what you're doing to your doctor. But if I were her, I would, like you said, trial and error. Increase it. Instead of just doing 2 drops, try 5 drops tonight and see if you feel something. And then maybe try 6. And just build yourself up until you finally think that you're getting an effect. And I've talked to people that say it's helped them with their fibromyalgia. And she certainly would rather do that than some of these other, prescription painkillers. Absolutely. Imagine, right? Yeah. All right. Let's go next to, I think we've got D. Let's go to D. D, good morning. Hi, D.
Good morning.
What can we do for you?
Okay, my question is, I have arthritis and I've got fibromyalgia and I have real bad migraines.
Yep.
I'm also on probation. What can you do for people that takes the CBD oil but cannot take it because they're on paper and they'll fail a drug test.
Oh, because of probation. And again, I want to remind you, you know I'm a reporter, not a doctor. He's not a doctor either. But again, that gets back to, you've said, and we've seen it, that some people, not everyone, could test positive for THC if they take CBD oil, because there's very low levels of it but could show up. If she's on probation, did she say, and she has to deal with a parole officer, probably she's taking a chance.
She's taking a chance, and you know, she could try the isolate,
yeah,
where you're not going to test positive. But if you're doing the full spectrum, there's going to be that chance, and then you have to deal with the legal system, which unfortunately is what it is still. And
you say the laws need to change.
The laws need to change.
Okay. And you, actually, so just so we're clear on this, there's CBD oil that you can go and ask, I want the isolate. The isolate means there is no THC, no, even 0.3% and under. There's none. It's just pure CBD. And so if you get that, then you'll be okay. And that works for some people. But if you're going to get the full spectrum, which has up to 0.3% THC, you're taking a chance.
You are taking a chance.
Okay. Let's go next to Tanya. Hi, Tanya. Good morning, Tanya. What can we do for you?
Hi, good morning. I've been using CBD oil now for about 4 months and have had excellent results as far as arthritis goes. I've also seen other benefits, you know, in myself and my family members.
How much do you take? How much do you take?
The product I use is 500 milligrams.
Okay.
And I've had such good results with it. I'm an ambassador of the company.
How much do you take a day of how many drops from that jar?
I take 0.5 milliliters, so like half a dropper.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay, good.
Full. Twice a day is what I take. I've been told that it's not the strength that you take, it's what you absorb of the product that makes the difference. And the oil that I use, you absorb up to 94% of the actual CBD compared to, you know, 3 to 6% of most other brands.
Is that right? Is that based on the oil it's mixed with? Because a lot of them are mixed with olive oils or mineral oils.
Or coconut oil.
I believe it's in the process. It's a patented process that our company has. The myceliation process.
Okay. Now, typically, in terms of absorption, you want to put it underneath your tongue, is what they say, the droplets, right? Because you could just put it on your tongue, but all of them say put 2 or 3 drops or whatever you're using under your tongue, right?
Correct.
And that's how it'll be absorbed. Do you have a thought on that, whether or not, you know, you're getting a product that's more easily absorbed than others?
Well, there's a lot of marketing claims out there for this bioavailability, and also with this water soluble, and this is going to be 7 times more bioavailable or 10 times more. I think a lot of that is marketing. Whether there hasn't been enough studies on this, so there needs to be a lot more research happening, and there's a lot of companies that are dumping a lot of money into research and figuring out how to make this more bioavailable. And that's what we need, is we need research, we need studies, we need scientific data to really help this industry and help the consumer understand what they're getting.
Let's go to Joe then. Joe, good morning. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Nick, just a quick question.
Sure.
So far we've talked about the United States. What kind of feedback has the gentleman got from other countries?
Okay, yeah, other countries where I think many countries have had more lenient laws with regard to marijuana, especially. I mean, I'm thinking Amsterdam, places like that. Is CBD oil bigger in Europe, to your knowledge? Is it any idea?
Well, it's certainly going on in Europe, but there's regulatory issues that they're facing there as well. But the one good piece of news is the World Health Organization came out recently and said that CBD should not be a scheduled substance compound anywhere. So
there you go.
You know, there is no pose for health risk, no public concern when it comes to consuming CBD.
You have the Colorado Hemp Company. There's a lot of businesses. A lot of the rest of the country has looked at Colorado wondering, and it's been some time now. It's been legal for how long there now?
Since 2012
or so.
2013.
Financially, what has it meant for the state? And has there been any downside? You hear law enforcement saying they've had more issues with stoned drivers or whatever. I don't know. But has it been an economic boom for Colorado or not? Is it registering?
With the whole cannabis thing?
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it's brought in big money for the state. Big money.
Significant amounts of money. And tourism. Yeah. You know, the tourism department, you know, kind of downplayed that initially, and it's just not true. I mean, people have come to Colorado. Unemployment's low. Housing prices are skyrocketing. I mean, there's a downside to it too.
Denver's a hot town. Yeah, well, right, but it has been a financial boon.
Absolutely.
Have there been, and you know, some downsides from law enforcement's perspective? Wondering, have they had an issue in dealing with driving under the influence?
I don't think that that's been any more of an issue than it ever has been. There's a lot of studies out there that really say that the stone driving doesn't impair your driving near like alcohol does.
Oh, I'd much rather, if I had to choose, share the road with someone who's stoned than drunk any day. But I do believe that it can be an impairment. You should not drive while stoned. And so I'm just curious if they've seen a spike in that, or if people have, you know, kind of tried to abide by the same laws for alcohol.
It's really hard to tell a stone driver, and from a testing standpoint, if somebody uses cannabis every single day and a fair amount of it, how do you know that they recently smoked or it was 2 days ago?
Yeah.
So there are issues from a testing standpoint, and I don't think that the stone driving situation has been really an issue in Colorado.
So in general, it's been a plus for the state.
It has. There's no question.
Listen, real quick, we just have about a minute and a half. Remind folks again, Southern Hemp Expo, next couple of days. It's going to be at the fairgrounds. There it is on the screen. Tickets to get into the expo itself, and he says there's a lot of booths and exhibitors that'll be there. It's like $25. So you can go online, or you can show up at the door. And then, of course, if you want to pay a little more, and I think you're going to have a lot of the folks who are really interested in getting into this business coming for the seminar. It's $100 or something.
$150 a day.
Something along those. But I mean, you can go in there. I mean, like I said, I'll be there. I'm going to go for sure tomorrow. I don't know if I can go both days, but. And I'll be posting things on Facebook as well, and then we'll probably be doing some stories with this on the newscast. But it's just interesting to me. Will you guys be back after this year? Are you going to try to do this every year?
Absolutely. This is going to be an annual event. We love Nashville.
And who doesn't, right?
Exactly.
But your take is that hemp in Tennessee is ready to explode.
Yes.
I mean, you're on the precipice. It's about to take off.
Tennessee's going to be a major producer of hemp going forward.
Morris, thank you. It's a pleasure having you on. Learned a lot. There's so much more we can talk about, but I think I'll get a lot of my questions answered tomorrow and the next day. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Sure. Pleasure. We'll take a break. Be back. Programming note right after this. Stay with us.